Welcome back. I've already done I've done this cut with the right-handed snips. I've scribed on, you can probably just see a scribe line running through here. My scribe is not sharp either, so I'll need to sharpen that. I'm now using the left-handed snips to do the other side of the cut. It's quite hard work when you've got this much waste. If it was just an inch or so, it would curl up really easy, but I'm going to have to manhandle this. I want to keep this bit straight, so you keep that part of the blade flat on the work, and just move the other one, and that one moves, the other one stays flat on the work. But I'll have to force this up. It's quite hard and physical. If I were in a well-equipped workshop, I'd just put this in a guillotine. A foot-operated guillotine. You'd line that scribe up and stamp on it with a foot, and bang! It'd do that in one go. But unfortunately, I haven't got a workshop. I'm working in the street, as you can see, and I just have to make do with what facilities I have. So I'm just doing my best to keep this line as straight as possible. Goodness me, it's quite hard to. It's not so much hard to close the blade, but it's this piece that I'm pulling up here, the waist. I'm having to guide that. It's jolly hard work. But if I don't, it's just twice as hard, and I stand more chance of buckling this. But look how that's sort of remaining quite flat. And I do have to put a fold. And when I knock that fold, it's about an 18mm flange, something like that. I'll have to fold it 90 degrees, and any slight buckles will be forced, to be forced straight, just by the nature of putting a 90-degree fold in it. But once again, I don't have folders, so I'm going to have to do that. I'll start it in a vise with a rubber or a rubber mallet, or possibly a wooden or rubber mallet. But I don't want the fold to be too sharp from the mallet. Then I'll use a hand weight and a planishing hammer to sort of tidy up the fold. So it'll do a crude fold. It won't be a very sharp fold when I first start it with the rubber mallet. And as I say to you, I'll be able to sort of get a much neater job. I'll do that on camera. It's certainly not going to happen today, I don't think. Here we go. You can see the waist. I'm now leaning on it with my body, and there's going to be quite a lot of waste, but that's okay. Excuse me being a bit out of breath. It's physical work, but I'm just keen to keep this as flat as possible. The actual work piece that is going to form the new sill for one side. I need to do the same on both sides of the car, but it will be a lot of faffing about in the street here. If I had a workshop, this would already be done. It would be cut in a guillotine. It would have gone through a set of rollers to put the curve on, and I'd have put it in a folding machine. And it was about 15 minutes work in a well-equipped workshop, but it might take me 3 or 4 hours messing about in the street like this. But you see, it's quite physical, and I'm now that I'm leaning on this, it's not too bad. I'm not having to manhandle it with my fingertips. I'm just using my body weight to curve the waist. Anyway, when I grind that sill back and cut off the old horrendous Mr. Blobby type weld, I might not need a patch as big as this, so but I do need to get a bit of curve in, and I'm going to be rolling this piece of steel around a fire extinguisher, which but I need a certain, I'm making it deliberately much longer than I need, so that I've actually got some leverage to push it around the fire extinguisher, and to put a bit of curve in. If it's too short, I won't have enough leverage, so I'll get the curve in around the fire extinguisher, then I'll trim off the excess. But you'll see what I mean when I start folding it around the fire extinguisher, why I need it to be quite so long. I just know from experience, if it's a piece about the size I need, I just will not be able to get enough leverage to get a nice curve. It would buckle rather than get a nice smooth line. Anyway, let me just try and, God's sake, what a bloody job, honestly. Working in the street, what a clown. But I do want the car, and the only way I can own this car is to do the works myself in the street. I don't have a garage. We're pretty much in the inner city here. We're literally about a third of a mile from the city centre. There are no garages anywhere close. And, you know, if I were to rent a garage, it'd be several miles away. And the hours I work, I often get home late, or I might get home early, spontaneously. And then, you know, if I'd got to make a special journey to go out to some rent a garage, it just wouldn't happen. You know, I can work, do half an hour, let's say, in the street. It's starting to rain now, so I won't be working terribly late. It's cold and it's starting to rain, and I think it's the 5th or the 6th of July today. The sun should be beating down on my back. But the long and short of it is, there we go. That's the waste, and the panel I'm hoping to keep just falling on the floor. So next job is to lie a fire extinguisher in here, and I need to put a particular curve in there. So let me stop this video, and I'll make another one of putting the curve in place.